Hi guys, my name's Yvette Trevino. I'm a realtor with Houston Homes Legacy Group, and today I have the pleasure of being out in the beautiful community Sunterra in Katy, Texas, and I'm here with my good friend Mac Wolf. Mac, what can you tell us about this beautiful community?
Well, a lot. I have quite a few things to say. So I think Sunterra is kind of uniquely positioned, right, to be both in the best school districts, but also well located inside the city of Katy.
Right.
So that I think that really offers itself, or it creates a very appealing situation when you're only 15 minutes away from main highways, and you have builders like Highland in building our product that in this case would be from like the mid 300s to like the high 400s, depending on the plane you're building. And Sunterra in general has a lot of interesting things. Like I said, talked about the Katy ISD experience in the school district, but also the very exciting lagoon experience, the Crystal Lagoon, right? So that's got a lot of people excited about being on the west side of Houston with their own Crystal Lagoon. Because this developer, Lantejas, has built this a couple times. It has a couple of them, one up in the northeast, in like the Haskett area, another one down closer to Galveston, Texas City. But this is the first one on the west side. So building our 3.5 acre pool, I guess is probably the best way to say it. With a beach surround experience with cabanas on every side.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it is going to be a real resort sort of experience, right? And that's what they're trying to offer. And obviously what we were trying to do inside this model home with our blue and our beachy blues that we really went all in on. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I had anything to do with it. I really did, unfortunately. But yeah, so Sunterra is pretty well located, I would say, right out of the gates.
Perfect. Well, what can you tell us about the amenities in this community?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one is definitely going to end up being the lagoon. But that being said, there's also going to be an amenity center that's actually built right outside the lagoon, that should have quite a few. I hate to say the word amenities again, but it should have a bunch of amenities actually on site next to the lagoon. That's just the first phase, though. Sunterra is going to be building for probably 5 or 6 years going forward, and in every phase as we move forward and go further north, they're actually going to have more amenity centers and things of that nature. So it's a long-term project. Lantejas and Highland as well. We're here for the long haul. This is just the beginning because we've only been here for about 4 or 5 months now. Yeah,
lots of exciting things coming, I see.
I'd say the big amenities for the area would probably be things like, Katy Mills being very close, the main mall experience. Old Town Katy only being like 10, 15 minutes away, so that's kind of a charming area with some cool shops and antiquing and those sorts of things. But then you also have things like Typhoon, Texas, which is essentially like a really nice a very nice water park as far as Katy's concerned. It's the first water park that we were able to get, so that was really nice. But yeah, so Katy's just kind of developing, and because it's more developed than most areas, there's a lot to be offered here already.
And so what would you tell my client, say I had somebody call and say I really want to move into that neighborhood, what would be the next step?
Right. I think there's a couple different ways to approach it, right? If they're deciding that they'd really like to control the process from the ground up, right, that's an opportunity they have. They could pick their lot, pick their plan, pick the structural version of the plan that they'd like to build. So we're here in the Everly, like I said before, or I believe I said at some point, that we're here in the Everly with a bunch of different structural choices that they could make even inside of this one. It's built right now as a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, but it could be a 3-bedroom, a study, and 3-bath. It just depends on which way you want to do it. That's part of the building experience. So if they decided, hey, there's really 4 things that they need to know in order to build a house. The lot they want to build it on, the plan they'd like to build, the way they'd like to build it, and then also the earnest money itself, which out here is $5,000. So the 4th thing in that equation, though, would also be your pre-approval. So as long as those 4 things exist, I can build a house for somebody. And then if your timeline for some reason would be better sooner, like if September is really when you'd like to move in instead of a full build time of 6 to 7 months, then we would have inventory as well, and that's actually a lot simpler process. So there's a bunch of different avenues that we can cover.
Perfect. Well, guys, so that's the information that we have for you today. If you're interested, give me a call. Again, my name's Yvette, and my phone number is 832-491-6280.